catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Check! 4 down, 4 down!
Ezekiel Elliott. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
What do you think?
Here's Prescott. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And down he'll go at the 25. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
And if there's a time to force it, you know what you need to play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10.
Tight end right. 3 down, 3 down.
Out of the gun.
Watch 86.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You don't want that. You don't want that. You don't want that.
Ball left to throw. And this one complete to Reed. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Not mile. 55's my guy.
3rd and short, they're trying to pick it up through the air.
Come on, boy.
Richardson has it. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a 1st down as well.
Let's go. Stop talking now, what?
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck roll that they can fall back on anymore.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, guys, check.
Gun!
They'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
They're going to look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Richardson. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
Well, he's looking sharp right from the get-go here. Tough division. They needed this kind of a start. But I think this is part of where scripting comes in. We always hear about the scripting of plays, how they're going to be called.
3 down.
That's a part of the script still to come, right, partner?
Yeah, no doubt about it. We've got a ways to go with that. But you can tell that they worked on the script the entire week in practice.
Detroit!
So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, here we go.
Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback.
Here they come.
When you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So offensively on this drive, 2 of 2 on 3rd downs, and now they face a 3rd and inches. They'll look to throw now. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence.
Gun!
Back into the pocket.
Gun!
That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down, that leads to a 2nd and 10. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
You're on an island.
Back to throw here. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Richardson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Yeah, baby.
3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down. Redskins with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Gun!
This is his first carry of the game, and he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, it'll be 2nd down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc.
All right, now, lucky
because
56.
they end up taking
Lucky
their attention
56.
to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the blitz.
The carry on 3rd down.
I'm trying to collect.
9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long.
Yeah, baby.
Fundamental
Boom.
breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down.
Leopard!
Double tight, guys, double tight.
He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind him. Sneak it in, and they catch him here and stop him for no gain.
Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's 3rd down.
I know they didn't get it, but I kind of like the call.
Leopard!
2nd and inches going to the quarterback sneak. Normally, that should be executed better, shouldn't it?
I'm going to disagree with you. I don't like the call. If you under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it'll be 4th down. And Hopkins' kick is good. And it's 3-0 as the Redskins strike first. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
54, wide in.
Hey, let's get them home.
26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And his pass incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Let's go, D.
Gun. Let's go. Let's finish now.
second down, Elliott. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy
Here we
to
go,
sit up in this
46.
booth, right,
Here
and
we go,
make all the
1,
calls
8,
and
47.
think I'm going to be correct. But
Here we
I
go,
would like to see
46.
them open things
46.
up, because otherwise,
46.
even if they get up on the run side of
Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice
Get
grab.
out.
They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down.
Gun,
that kind of catch is supposed to pay off with at least a first down,
gun,
isn't it?
gun.
Instead, he'll just add it to his highlight reel, but they don't pick up.
26.
He gets the yardage, he gets the catch, and now the decision to make.
He's got his man on the crossing route.
Awesome.
And
Here
he's
we go,
able to get
46.
the first before he's taken down
Here we
at
go,
the
47,
36.
47.
A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid
26.
defensively, pure frustration. And unable to get downhill there, so he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Run, run it!
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Here we go, 46, 46. 26.
Second down for Prescott. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go. And that's caught inside the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain of 39 that time. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 24.
26.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
Kill.
Now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1 yard line.
1 yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one.
26.
That's going to
26.
To throw is Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. KD Cannon, 5-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys are in the point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much as he's marked. At the 21-yard line. And here come the Redskins now. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get it.
You could kick that one.
I don't know. Super tall.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Outside's coming!
To throw Smith. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Smith on 3rd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. This is fielded at the 7. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Hey, that's all day, baby. You're shot.
2 minutes to play here in the first
Let's go.
half.
Let's finish now.
Back to FedEx Field following this short break.
Go.
Let's
finish
work
now.
to at least get some of this yardage back after the second and 19. Prescott, and that'll be incomplete. And Charles gotta like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Here we go, 46. 26. 26.
Third and long for Prescott. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They give him a gain of 37.
47.
We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle. If you're throwing up curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, they get tired of watching those balls get caught. They start to creep up a little bit, and that's when you can hit them big over the top.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
26.
Prescott yet again. Being chased out left. Dump off. He'll get this to the 40. Sweet little juke in there. Got him some extra yardage. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the...
They
They'll do it on purpose. They don't need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
So they are going to call on Dan Bailey here. His career long is 56 yards there in Seattle. This one at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him,
4 down.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
3 down.
despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing, these creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Get off the
And he'll
field.
get this down only to about the 46. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of the shorter games try to find their runs later.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Watch tight end. Tight right, tight right.
Down, this is Geis. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. And he is out of bounds, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Let's go, 15. Orange, orange, orange.
First down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Here we go, 46.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. Room here to run. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've reached halftime here. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told us the end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Gun!
Right there with me.
54. Mike's 54.
No. Check. Patriot!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Right there. Oh, damn,
We
man.
saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender.
We got
and
three.
find a
We
way
got
to start
three, fellas.
coming
We
down
got
with
three.
it.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Throw inside complete. It's Richardson.
They're coming.
And down he'll go at the 25. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down. Here's Tressway now. On for his second down. He take a repeat of his first. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This will be taken at the 10. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly.
Every
now and then, they'll get out there. They need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened.
That's where you belong.
They got in there and they said, listen,
Here we go,
let's take
46.
control right away.
Yeah, you got the
Defense,
lead. Yeah.
It's coming now.
we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any
55
points.
Mike,
Turn the
55.
ball down.
46.
The offense, and let them go down and score and get some more position in the game.
Can't believe they even let you play.
Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
The reception good for 7. It's third down.
In today's
Hot,
football,
hot, hot.
where receivers break tackle,
Let's go, let's
make
finish
people
now.
miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot,
Sweat.
that's a
Sweat
big-time
and
play by the defense.
Sweat and 8. 26. 26.
Short yardage, Prescott. He's got his man. It's Williams.
That's it, baby.
And he's able to
That's
get it to the
That's
33. Good enough for a first down. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Prescott now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's first and 10.
26.
Good run now, out of the gun. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else.
Go, they running.
Tackled there by Monte Nicholson.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to
I'm coming
producing,
after you.
but with a guy
I'm coming
like
after
him,
you.
you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for you to make an impact in this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And he finds a man on a crossing
Here
route.
comes the ball.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Everyone, kill.
Prescott going to come up first and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to
26.
start the drive.
26.
Prescott from the gun. Escapes the sack. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Here we go, 46.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
26.
Here's Prescott. He's going to loft one deep left side here. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game on both sides. The tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own, but let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down.
46.
Four down.
Here we go, 46. Here we go. 46.
As he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
I know you feel that.
A good starting spot for the Redskins as they come up 1st and 10.
Leopard!
Watch twist.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain.
Hey.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying level to the first level, make sure that ball is secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third.
Yeah, I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. David Irving in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it'll be 4th down. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series. And because they did so,
Let's go, get out.
To still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it. Makes
that offense feel good, but when you do the defense make it stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Back now at FedEx Field.
What's tight? Tight is right.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 46. What do you think?
53, check.
Gun. 26.
Second down. And open left side, it's Williams. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guys go because you might wander into some tough coverage.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Just week one, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Single receiver, single receiver.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he's standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion.
26.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, so not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Switch is 8. 26.
To the air again, Prescott. On the left side, Gallup's got it. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a 1st down on that last catch as well.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine.
26.
2nd down, Prescott. That is caught at the 7. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Go to 54, go to 54, wide 80. Here we go, wide 80. 26. 26.
And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. Got it. And Prescott. And look at this. They get the turnover they need. It's intercepted. Picked by Nick Kwiatkowski. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. Well, when someone other than the quarterback is throwing the football, it's either beautiful or a disaster.
Detroit!
And here
Detroit!
is the last.
Exactly right. It takes a play or two to call that type of a play. But when it doesn't work,
Leopard! Leopard!
And they'll get him down up past the 15.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Going on! They'll drop the throw. He drops this off to Thompson, complete. And they'll get him down here at the 23. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
so many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Tight end. Alert! Alert!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Richardson. And
Leopard!
this one
Leopard!
across the
Leopard!
35.
Leopard! Now, Barney! Barney!
Give him 14 yards that time, and a fresh set of down. Looking for an
Three
39.
down, 3 down. Hey, fellas, we got
Sean
3.
Lee, the
Let's go.
Pro Bowler, there for the tackle.
A little bit of yardage there. And now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast.
Back to throw. This one caught by Brown. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A good pickup there at 22. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock.
Detroit!
And
Detroit!
have a splash play in there as well.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a
check,
W.
Patriot,
In the mind
Patriot!
of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick.
And he's going to get this one down to the 30. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
Detroit!
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
He finds his target, Crowder. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
Leopard! Detroit! Detroit!
The 5-yard line. Nice job defensively to hold the 4. Now it's 2nd and goal. They'll go 2 up the middle. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. As he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. They've been so good
All right, now,
on
lucky
3rd
56,
down all day
lucky
long.
56.
Can they convert another here on
Gone!
3rd and goal?
Gone!
Throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Great hands there defensively to knock the ball away in the end zone. My partner just stood up. It's 4th and goal, and the game coming down to 1 play.
And there's no way you're getting me back down there again. They have to do it one more time. This is exciting.
Glad you remembered to come back on mic for this. Likely the play of the game.
All right, now,
here,
lucky
trailing
56,
in the final
lucky 56.
quarter and going for it on 4th and goal.
Gone!
He's back to throw. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. David Irving in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
2 times. 3 down.
What do you think?
The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee. As a fan of the NFL, for an opener, you can't ask for much more than this overtime in Week 1.
I know it's hard to believe that some people may not have been watching our game, but I'll bet through social media they found out this one was snug and getting into overtime, and they flipped over here in a hurry. This is fantastic. If you're a fan of ball, you love these types of games.
And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, Week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Cowboys, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they'll have another road date next week with the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia.